Everyone, welcome back to Over 50 Resource and YouTube channel. And what I wanted to do today was I promised you guys what I was going to do was show you guys my paycheck and walk you through on where the money goes. So I just got paid this morning. Today's Friday, and the money just went into my account. So I sat down yesterday and I thought about what's the best way to do this. So I thought the best way to do this was to go into my Lowe's account, my human resource account, and show you guys my paycheck stub, of course blurring out all the personal details, but showing you guys what my paycheck looks like, what type of deductions come out, and what type of automatic deductions I choose to make on my paycheck, and then walk you guys through and show you how I make, where the money goes before I even spend a penny before I even spend a penny of my paycheck. So we're going to go ahead and log in. So I'm going to log into my Lowe's account, and then I'm going to take you guys and show you my paycheck stub. So let me log in. Oh, wrong one. Alright guys, so here I am, and I'm going to go to the human resources, and then we're going to go find my paycheck stub so that I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, and show you that I'm not investing with a lot of money. As a matter of fact, I have no clue what this paycheck is. I know last pay period it was about $796, something like that. So we're going to see what this paycheck was. Alright, so my most recent payslip, which was the period start date was June 24, 2023, and the period end date was July 7th. Okay, so I worked 71 hours, and my gross amount was $1,031.10, and my net amount that hit my bank account, this is the amount that's after all the deductions, and then the actual amount that goes into my checking account. And it's $564.52. So I traded 71 hours of my life for $564.52. Wow, that's pretty pathetic. And then you guys can see my gross year amount to date. And then, so let's go ahead and go in and check this out. I'm going to show you guys my deductions, but I'm going to go ahead and block out my personal information. Alright, so you can see that my pay rate is $14.50 per hour, which isn't great, but it's better than it would have been when I was working a job back in the days when they would pay you $8-9 an hour. Still poverty level if that's all you do, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, this is my season in life where I am right now, but I'm not going to stay at Lowe's forever. And we've got 71 hours and 11 minutes of my life at Lowe's. And actually it's longer if you think about it, because I have to take 30-minute lunches, and then my commute to and from work. So I'm spending a ton of time at work for very little pay. Alright, so let me show you guys where my before tax deductions. This is the money that comes out of my paycheck before I even see it. So you can see that I used to have a 401k pre-tax, but I actually switched it over to a Roth last pay period. So now my 401k comes out after taxes. So before tax, I have dental insurance, which is $11.43, and then I have an HSA contribution, which is $257.69. So that's a big contribution. And the reason it's so big, guys, is because I actually just switched over from part-time to full-time, I don't know, maybe about a month and a half ago. And when I elected my insurance through Lowe's, I actually elected for Type 3, which is the only one that has a high deductible and an HSA option. And I chose to max it out at $3,800. And the reason I chose to max it out was because Lowe's actually puts in, if I maxed it out, Lowe's puts in, I think it was like $500 of their money to help me max it out. So I thought, well, let me go ahead and do that so that I can get the full max. You don't have to choose this if you didn't want to. If you have a part-time job at Lowe's or you have a full-time job, whatever, your deductions are going to be different. And if you don't know what your deductions are, just go to your pay stub and it'll tell you everything. So my medical is $47 every pay period. So biweekly, I pay $47 every 2 weeks. And then my vision is $3.08. Now, after tax deductions, I pay $2.13 for accident insurance. And then the Roth deferral, which is the 401k that goes into my 401k, it's $61.87. Now, this is a Roth deferral, so I pay taxes on it right now. But when I go to withdraw it, when I turn 59 and a half, or whenever I start withdrawing it, I don't have to pay taxes on any portion of it, not even the earned incomes, because I've already paid taxes on it. So that's the reason that I switched over. Okay, and I am contributing 6% of my Lowe's income to the Roth or to the 401k, because when you contribute 6%, Lowe's matches it at 4.25%. I believe that's what they max. That's the most that they'll max it. And so I'm fully vested into the 401k. If you have a plan at work, I highly suggest that you contribute till you're fully vested to where the company will match it, or whatever, contribute the most that they will contribute. So Lowe's 401k matchings is $43.83. Now the company's matchings go into a traditional 401k, meaning that they are before taxes, because they get a break on that. So you can contribute to the Roth, but the company's portion will go into traditional. And then I have a basic life insurance policy that they pay, which is 57 cents every quarter, or every pay period. And then HSA, they're putting in their portion of it, which is $38.46 every pay period. And then medical, non-deductible, they're paying $227.26. So guys, that's my little pathetic paycheck. And let me see. So like I said, let me go and see how many deductions that is. So it's $1,031.10 minus the $564.52, $564.52 that hit my bank account. That's $466.58 in deductions that come out of my pay period. So out of my paycheck. So that's pretty pathetic. But like I said, oh, and I didn't show you guys the taxes, but taxes, we got OASDI. I had no clue what that was. Like I said, I hadn't had a job in a while, so I had to look that up. And what it is it's called Old Age Survivors Disability Insurance, and it's basically just Social Security. So that's my portion of Social Security, and it's $44.13. And then Medicare, $10.33. Federal taxes, $17.92. And then state tax, which is $11. So everybody takes a piece of my check before it even hits my checking account. So, but yeah, it kind of sucks. But as an employee, you have to expect that you actually pay the most taxes than anybody else. So I'm gonna log. All right, guys. So I'm logging into my Goldman Sachs, and they just sent me a security code. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Alright guys, so here I am I just logged into my Goldman Sachs account, and here it is. You can see that my balance on my checking account is $851.28. $564.52 went in there last night. You can see that this was a direct deposit that went into my account. Right here, Lowe's Home Center direct deposit, $564. I did have a little bit of money left in there, but I have that saved for a haircut and then a couple of other things. So we're just going to be playing and investing $564.52. Now that's not a lot of money that we have to play with, because we still have to think about, I still have to pay some utility bills, light and water. And then I have to leave some money aside for, food, a little bit of food. Thank goodness my partner has a good job, a decent job, and we're going to go ahead and invest most of this. Now, I don't, unlike most people, they have a percentage that they invest in. They say invest 30 to 50%. Let me go ahead and close this window out. They say that they invest 30 to 40% of their income. I don't really have a percentage because my paycheck fluctuates so much. So what I do is I pretty much invest until it hurts. And I know most people don't want to do that, but I don't buy a lot of stuff. And if I do buy something, then I go ahead and allocate that for, I go ahead and let me log out of my account, my checking account, since I showed you guys what my paycheck was and what we're playing with. We're playing with 564.52. Let me put that in my calculator. And this is what we have to invest. We're not investing at all because, like I said, I don't want to leave myself completely broke. So let me close these windows out. So now I just need to decide on how much I'm going to invest in. Now, the first two places that I invest my money in after my automatic investments, before I spend a penny, is I invest in my Vanguard Roth IRA. So in my Vanguard Roth IRA, I am investing in the VTSAX, which is the Total Stock Market Fund. And I got this investment when I started this account 3 years ago. I had no clue what I was doing, but I read a book called Simple Path to Wealth and watched a couple of YouTube channels, and they were talking about not a lot of risk, investing in the total stock market, and just leaving it alone. And so I figured, well, I'll go ahead and do that with the Roth, because I have no clue what I was doing, and I have been investing in that for the past 3 years. So I think for the rest of this year, I have it practically maxed out, and I think I only owe $144 to max it out for this year. So I'm going to go ahead and max that out today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take 564 minus the 144 that I'm going to put into my Vanguard Roth, and then that leaves me $420.52. So what I like to do is I like to put some money into my high yield savings account. Even if I can't put a lot of money in there, it just makes me feel good to know that I'm building up that cushion in case an emergency ever comes, that I don't have to touch my stocks or sell my stocks if the market's down. Plus, I don't ever really want to sell any stocks until I choose to, not because there's an emergency and I don't have the funds. So I think I'm going to just push over $50 into my high yield savings account, and then that'll leave me $370.52 to last me for 2 weeks. I know everyone's financial situation is different. I can't tell you how to invest or what to invest. And some people have kids, some people have a ton of debt. I'm very fortunate where I don't have a ton of debt. I do have some school loans that are going to be starting back up in October, but right now I'm not focused on that. And then of course I just have my regular rent, and then I do use my credit cards to pay for everything, but I always pay them off at the end of the month. So $370.52 will carry me over for 2 weeks, and it's really sad that that's all I have after giving up 71 hours and 11 minutes of my life. And actually more if you think about the commute and the lunches. But it is what it is, so let's go ahead and get started. So I know there's going to be a lot of people, once this video takes off, if people start watching this video, they're going to say in the comments, I don't have the money to invest. Are you crazy? I can't invest. I have kids. I have to put food on the table. And that's why I said you have to do what's financially right for you. Everybody's finances are different, okay? I'm just showing you where my money goes. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my Vanguard account, and then I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and deposit this money into my Vanguard. Now, once I make these deposits into my investments, then what I do is I basically I can buy anything I want. If I want a Starbucks coffee, then I can buy a Starbucks coffee without feeling guilty, because I've already made my investments and everything. Now, I'd love to invest more, but unfortunately, it is what it is right now, okay? But I'm working on increasing my self-employment income so that way I can walk away from a job, okay? So let's go ahead and get busy. So that's a different story. Let's go ahead and get busy. So I have two accounts in here. I have a brokerage account, and then I have a Vanguard Roth IRA. This is the one that I max out. I focus on maxing out every year. And because I am 50 this year, it allows me to invest $7,500. So on my app, it doesn't show you how much. Well, I guess it will show me once I go ahead and do this. So I'm going to go ahead and buy. And this website's a little confusing sometimes, but we're going to go ahead and do it. So we're going to max this out. So I want to max out. And the reason I know that I can only max it, I only have this amount funds left, is because it'll tell me in a bit. So we're going to go ahead and contribute. And I like to come over here and say, go to the full contribute to IRA page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then you're going to see right here, it's going to be federal total stock market index Admiral. And then we're going to go ahead and it's going to be under the 2023 contribution. And I know for a fact that I have $144 left to contribute to this. So we're going to go ahead and hit contribute. And then it's going to come from my Charles Schwab checking account. And then we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And then it's going to say accept. And it says what you're buying. And then it says total stock market index, which is the VTSAX. And then it says 2023 individual contribution. And we're going to hit submit. Now, the thing about when I buy this is it doesn't matter what the price is at the beginning of the day or the middle of the day. This purchase will not go in effect. Even though I'm buying it right now at 3:48 in the morning, this purchase will not go through until after the market. It goes through sometime at night while I'm sleeping. So it doesn't really matter. And I don't try to time the market on this. I just buy it. I don't care. Because this is something that's going to sit in here. And then you can see that it's confirmed. Thank you. What you're buying, the total stock market amount, $144. And then, and then what I'm going to show you guys. So that is maxed out. So I'm going to go ahead and close this app and I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. So you can see right here, it is, I'm fully vested in it now. I've maxed it out for the year. So now that's it. I'm done. I've maxed out my Roth IRA. I've put in $7,500 in it, and now I can relax because now I don't have to make any more contributions for this year. I can start saving my contributions for next year. So we're going to go ahead and log off. So that's the first one that I always try to max out for the year. So now the next thing we want to do with $50, since we didn't make a lot of money, is we're going to go ahead and log into my Goldman Sachs. Oh, and I forgot to tell you right now, guys, Goldman Sachs is paying 4.15% APY on interest on my savings account, which is pretty good. If you are looking to save, if you have a savings account and you just have it in a regular bank, I highly recommend you look at some of the online bankings like Marcus, Ally. Those are the two that I know for sure. There's a couple of others, but they have pretty good interest rates right now. Now, as far as how long they stay this way, I don't know, but I'm trying to put in as much money as I can while they're paying this good interest rate. So we're going to go ahead and log in. So let me pause this video while I log in. Okay, guys, I'll be back. I am logging in. So it says check your text messages for the code that they send me. So I'm going to go ahead and check my text messages, and we're going to go ahead and log in. So alright, so we're going to go ahead and log in, or we're logged in. Now that we're logged in, we're going to go ahead and make a payment, or a deposit, I'm sorry. So you can see that I've been building this up, and you can build this up with a little bit amount of money, as long as you just put like, even if you can only put $20 in every month, then just keep it. It's to your benefit to start building up your emergency fund, because if something happens, you want to be able to have a cushion and be able to sleep at night knowing that you got a little bit of a cushion to where you can pull money from if you need it. So we're going to go ahead and make a deposit. So you can see the interest that I got at 4.15% last month. It paid me $40.72 interest, which is pretty good. So I think in the past you wouldn't make a lot of money on these type of savings accounts. So I'll take the interest while I can right now. So we're going to go ahead and make a deposit or a transfer. Now this money comes out immediately. Like if I make the transfer right now, then the money will come out probably by about noon, or make sure you have the funds in there immediately, because they pull the money quick. So we're going to go ahead and take it from my Charles Schwab account to my online savings, and we say we're going to transfer $50, and it's going to be a one-time frequency, and its scheduled date is for today, 7/14/2023. So we're going to hit continue, and then it's going to show me whether, just to review and confirm, it's from, I always like to make sure that I confirm it right, because sometimes I've messed this up where I pull it out of my savings and put it in my checking account. So we're going to take it from my checking account to my savings, to my online savings, and the amount is $50, and then the scheduled date is today. So we're going to go ahead and hit confirm. Now, the thing that I really like about Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs, is that as soon as you make this transfer, you start accruing interest immediately before the money even hits your account. Whereas I have an Ally savings account as well too, but you don't start accruing interest on it until your money hits the account. So either way, it doesn't matter who you guys choose for a bank. The important thing is to just go ahead and start building up your savings account. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of my accounts. Now that you guys saw where I put my money, that leaves me, I hope I left it on here. Like I said, I think it was $370.52 after making those investments. But I know that's not a lot of money, and most people can't live off of $370.52. I am fortunate to where I can make it stretch, and like I said, I do have a partner who makes a little bit more money than I do. She makes better money than I do, so we're fortunate to be able to do that, and we don't have a lot of bills. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's not a lot of money that I invested. It's not a lot of money that I make, but I wanted to show you guys that even with a small income, you can invest. Now, you might not be able to invest a lot of money, but you still can. And if you don't, then you're just hurting yourself, because you have to think about your future. Yes, you live for today, but you also have to save for tomorrow. And also, if you're not happy with what you're making, like I said, then you have to take some action to change it. Because if you continue just saying, well, I only make let's just say me, I only make $14.50, and that's pathetic. It is pathetic, but you know what? I'm doing something about it. I also have a side gig, and so that side gig money, even though we don't live off of it, it is there. So anyway, I hope this helped you. I hope it motivated you to start saving if you haven't been putting a lot. Oh, and there's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. There was a story, if you haven't, it's a very inspirational story about a janitor. I don't remember his name. Let's see, janitor, right here. Ronald Reed. Now, if you guys have not heard about him, you need to read his story, because when he died, now I know most people don't care about having money when you die. I don't, because you want the money now, not when you're dead, because you can't enjoy it when you're dead. But if you read the story about Ronald Reed, he had nothing but low-paying jobs throughout his life. He was a janitor, and he amassed $8 million in a fortune. So even if you don't have $8 million when you retire, can you imagine going from nothing to, say, $500,000? I mean, I know $500,000 isn't a lot in today's society, but it's better than what if you didn't put anything away. Anyway, guys, enough rambling. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I invest my small income, and hopefully give you some motivation to start investing as well too. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and come back and watch me, because I'm going to show you guys everything that I've learned about financial literacy and what I continue learning, because I've been listening to podcasts, reading books. I've just been filling my mind with all kinds of financial literacy, because I really want my finances to be different than my parents when they retired. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys on the rebound. Have a great one.